How's it going, guys? This is me, I'm here, and I am back. This is going to be out before the tactical singing video this time, and this is Candlebox. This is Candlebox by Far Behind. This is Far Behind by Candlebox. It is a song from the 90s, so if you don't know what song it is, I'm going to have the link for the actual song in the description, along with other links pertaining to my version of the song on SoundCloud. And when I upload a tactical singing, the tactical singing video will also go in the description. But I will give you a sort of larger run through of this compared to the other ones, because this has slightly more than the Be Like That by 3 Doors Down. And this got me the same effect of like the chills of like, it sounds really good, and I'm really proud of this, as the 3 Doors Down one did at the end, where the drums really pick up, and that really got me right at the solo. The solo's just This is my favorite part of the song. Alright, come on. This is my favorite part of the song. But, so if you don't know, I have just the base FL Studio 10, so I have to pick and choose the paths, because I have no extra, like, good sounding ones. So I have to pick and choose from the stock ones, so it doesn't sound like crap. And every single time I do one of these, they just seem to sound better and better every single time, which I'm happy about, because I enjoy doing this, and they generally sound pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But so the first one, I just have boop, 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 boop. I only used 10, 13, 15, 17. And compared to my record-breaking 73, I only used 16, because it's the same patterns over and over again. But it's a long song. That's one of the reasons that in doing this, it felt like I was taking forever to just complete it, because the song's like 4 minutes long, 4.5. Yeah. So I'm just using the standard, the quote unquote standard acoustic guitar, and for the solo, I'm using the quote-unquote standard electric guitar. These are the guitars I usually use. So here you go. So that is the beginning. So for the intro, I want to go on. So you know how it goes. So the slide right there. So one of the things I don't know, you probably can do it, I don't know how to do, is do a slide up on the guitar. If I can grab mine, that's probably really loud because I had a bag on it. So if we go, like, slide up to the next note without re-picking the note. And I don't know how you do that in here. So my solution, as I gag myself with the headphones, is to make it a slide, so it gives it this sound. So this, I have to start where it starts. So this sound. So you hear that all throughout the song. You hear that in the solo, and I'll be touching that. So they're kind of tricky, because depending on where you put them on the second note, this is the note it starts at, and that's the note you want it to go up to. They're kind of tricky to see how fast you want it to go up there. So yeah, it was kind of a bother, and then I figured out how to make them sound consistently good. So then we have, so I'll just go in order of patterns, because that is the easiest. So I have my everything nice and neat labeled. I even have the percussion labeled. Percussion and guitar labeled in both sets on the side and on the actual thing, because they're all pretty much the same. So now this is the verse guitar. So it's this huge thing right here. And it's pretty much the intro, but it's longer and has different variations and of stuff like that. So like here you go. Alright. So next we have the bass guitar. So the bass guitar, I just use the boo bass. This standard channel is boo bass. Yeah. It's here somewhere, just on this list. So then you go so this took me longer than the actual guitar because 1, don't know how to read bass clef, 2, don't have a bass guitar, 3, I had to look up every single time that I wasn't doing this. I constantly had to re-look up how to play the bass and on a regular electric acoustic guitar and what strings to skip and what corresponds to what. And that was just a headache because I can't do bass. It's just as simple as that. So I have here, so now I have the kick, boom. I was talking so you probably couldn't hear it. So then bam, and then the snare. Come on. So this song called for 3 different hats, 2 different snares, and I was like, nope. So now I only have the 2 different hats because there's distinct different sounds because they wanted you to play them at the same time throughout the song. And I was like, yeah, you can't really hear that. So I'm going to make this recreation my own because it is my own version of it. And I wanted to not be trying to be as pinpoint precise as possible. Like with the Vita one, it was not like the actual track because 1, I didn't have the packs because I just have standard packs to do that, and 2, when I tried to do that, it sounded like shit. So I was like, oh, I'll just make this my own. So now that I have here, so it called for an electric and an acoustic snare. So I was, yeah, sure. But here's the hat I use, so that's going on in the background throughout the whole song. So now here's the electric guitar solo. So here is with the slides again I was talking about. So we go here. So this is what I was talking about with the slides. I'm pointing with my finger away from the monitor like you can actually see that. But so I put it here, not at the beginning. So it eases up into it, and the length and how far this is dictates how fast and blah blah blah. So then I put them right at the beginning. So as soon as that hits the first note, it'll go and it'll go instantly up because that's what the song calls for. It goes for quick bends and pitches, and then so see here, that's what I was talking about. So the longer you have the bend up, the longer it's going to take to get up there. So on some of them, I was like, oh yeah, I want this here, I want that there. Regardless of how it sounds in the song. Obviously, I'm going to not make it sound weird, and it's not going to sound bad, but I'm going to make it how I want to sound it while it still sounds good. I just smacked the desk, sorry. So that's fairly quickly, and that's pretty much as fast as they go, unless you turn down the magnet graphing, snap to grid. I was close, and then you can go lower and past faster than 30-second notes, which you never need to. And why? Well then, screw you too. I don't know why. So somehow some of the notes got moved over, but the second biggest challenge in this was triplets. There's no real good way to do triplets in FL Studio. Let me tell you, you have to get your 3 notes in the single beat, and then you have to go up and snap, and you have to go snap to none, and then you have to equally divide them up into the beat. And if they don't fit, well, tough shit, you're gonna have to work around that. So that was, thankfully I didn't encounter that problem, but I've encountered that on different songs that I'm working on, and it's really annoying. So here again you go, and then, oh shit, that doesn't go there. So here I put it at the end, so you're dang, so it's right at the end. You can hear it right at the end. It goes off. Dun, dun, dun. So the stylistic. So here at the end of the solo, it calls for the pitch bending up and down. So I was like, how am I going to do this? I can really only do it one way. So instead of putting it, so you go up. So here it goes up and down, but instead of putting the pitch bend back where it originally started, it'll sound like this, and it sounds dumb. So it sounds too shallow. So the solution is put it one below where it starts, so that it's forced to go all the way back down fully and come all the way back up fully, because you see how they're overlapping. So that means it's not going to go all the way down to this particular one. It's going to go as far as it can before it hits the next one. So now it's full range of motions up and down. And the same thing for here, except this is on, that was on a half step, yeah, and this was on a whole step. No, it was on a half step. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I don't know. I don't know why I put it on there then. But it sounds still pretty good, you know, here you go. So it's real quick and stuttery like, and it sounds good. So here's the solo crash. Now that we moved on from the guitar parts, and just kidding. So this is the chorus guitar. See right there. So that was tedious because it goes up and down and it doesn't always include all of the notes for each chord, but that wasn't that bad. So then you have bass. Bass was easily the easiest part once I figured out how to use my guitar to calculate it. And then you, oh shit, that's right. So now we go, so that part right there, it always covers up the acoustic guitar, because when the acoustic guitar gets low, it gets really soft, and even if you jack up the volume on it, the bass is still going to overpower it because it's bass, and it's the guitar is a guitar. So if you don't know, that's how waveforms work. That's why you can hear bass in people's cars pumping down the street, because they're in longer wavelengths, so they tend to overpower the higher ones, even if the higher ones are getting down there into the low. And that was probably a really bad butchering explanation that someone's probably going to call me out for and say that's not correct. But oh well, that is my explanation. I'm sticking to it. So now here we go. I keep remembering I can't click on the window. So that repeats, and that's the outro chorus bass, as it is so aptly named. So here's the solo chorus. So this comes in right here. So I was debating on, in the actual song, it is not that loud. It's kind of even, but since One's an acoustic guitar and one's an electric guitar. The electric guitar is always going to be louder unless I turn it way down, and there really isn't going to be a balance between the two, because that was going to take me way longer than I was willing to put it into. And once again, going back to, I wanted to make this my own. This is my own version of the song. I was like, why not just have it slightly over, because now it sounds good instead of just kind of like mixed in there. That sounds good, and then matched with the harmony of the so you can still hear the acoustic in the background, you know, you can hear the patterns, you can hear the tones and everything. So that's because, and that is, this is basically a repeat, but I don't trust, you see I had one of these things at the end. That's because it kept going on for like 7 minutes and I couldn't figure out why. I just didn't want to deal with it, because that's not the time, that's not where I want to allocate my time in the song. So, but I don't trust those to do it exactly, because then I would have to do first and second endings and try to figure out how to do that in here using those markers, and just not where I wanted to apply my time in the song. And I think that really shows, because it didn't come out good, but I just had to copy and paste a lot of stuff. So there we go. So that's just the first time where you go through the chorus, and then you go blah 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 for the verse again, do 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 do, and then the second chorus, second time for the second ending of the second verse. A lot of seconds here. It goes into the solo. So now this, and I have my trusty volume bar to bring the acoustic down and keep the electric where it's at. These are all just this is a hi-hat, but I put it in the wrong slot. It's supposed to go in the one below it, but I don't feel like changing it because I know exactly what. It's obviously not the solo electric guitar, because it's divided up into tiny little slots. But so here you have. So now here's where I was talking about, where the bass is always going to overpower the guitar, because that's not where I wanted to apply my time. See here, I have it peaked out. It goes back up to the highest it can be, and it still gets overpowered. You can hear the plucking of the acoustic guitar strings, but that's it. That's pretty much it. And then you just hear for like the first couple, and then all you hear is bass. So I have that. So I did that here too, and it still proves to be the same thing. So this was kind of lengthy. Sorry, because I want to go in depth, because every time I do these, they get more complex and they sound much better. So I want to go in depth and show you each piece and stuff, which is also why I put the full song without me talking in the front, so people don't just skip by the video because like, oh, now the guy's just going to talk and we're not going to be able to listen to it. We're going to have to go somewhere else to listen to it. Got that covered. I thought about that, and now I'm going to always put it, I was going to alternate it, but now I'm going to always put it in the front, because that's what makes the most sense, because they're most likely coming to the video to hear my version of the song, not me ramble about how I made it over tiny snippets I play every once in a while. So, skimmed it or whatever, the explanation, the real song, if you've never heard it, it's a 90s song, it's a really good song. I'm going to be doing a lot more 90s songs, and an Alice Cooper song, a piano version of it. If you didn't see me tease that, I talked about it before. But so the actual song will be in the description. The SoundCloud link where you can listen to just the song will be in the description, or you can just rewatch the beginning of this video over and over again. Whatever floats your boat. And when I finally do the tactical singing where I use this, which is generally why I do these, because I'm just not singing along to nothing. I have something I can actually sing along to for the backing track. Plus, I enjoy doing these kind of things, so I think they come out really well. But that'll also be in the description when I get that up. Next week, most likely. The Wednesday following when I put this up. This is going up on Saturday, so you should be seeing this on Saturday. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to wrap it up. I'm rambling. Saturday the 8th. If it's June, it's fucking June already, goddamn. So that'll be going up on the 12th, because my tactical singing videos always go up on Wednesdays. And they'll have all the links there on those videos. Here and my secondary channel where they are. There'll be a plentiful abundance of links showing you where to go. But this has been me, myself at home, signing out. Sorry for rambling for the last 2 minutes about nothing. Peace out, guys.